Okay, so over the past 5 days, I've been working on 3 different customs, and those 3 are a custom Railway Series Toby, 87546 slash Croven, and lastly the Red Engine, Winston, or Eagle, whichever his name is. And today I'm gonna show off all 3 customs in this one video. Starting off with Toby, which was actually a really simple custom, as the shell, I did nothing to the shell. All I did was paint these side plates blue. That was it, because I like Toby from the Railway series. It's probably everyone's favorite Toby rendition. And also the grey and the side plates can be a bit like boring sometimes. So having like the best version of Toby and all just better colours just looks way better. And the second one to show off is Eagle. That's the name I'm going for him. There's a lot of names, but I like Eagle the most. Which took the longest. Not because like he took so long to paint or do, just because I started him like a month ago, I think, nearly. And all I did was just, if I can get this off, maybe. Okay, I'll take the shell off, make it simpler. Okay, so the smoke box here, I went and used the face from my knockoff Douglas. I'm gonna be getting a new one for Christmas, but yeah, I used the face off that one to use as Eagle's face, because like I don't really use a James face, and the Eagle face just looks way better. So say Eagle face. No, the Douglas face looks way better and just fits him. Also, I like to have it smaller than the smoke box, which gives me heavy Railway series vibes. Also painted red, and those two things, whatever they're called, at the front. Then for the shell, I went and painted the back black, and those two like windows sides too, those black, and painted the whistle gold. And that's it for the shell, as even though his lining in the book, the three railway engines which people base him off of, his lining is yellow. I don't want to mess up when doing the lining, and it's fine being gold for now, I don't mind. And here we go into the hard part that I had to do. The chassis, which, well, not the chassis, the wheels, but anyways, I painted the running board black, and painted the back little sticky outy bit black as well, because it goes through the hole right there, so I want them to blend in, obviously not being like a bright red with a black. Also painted the buffers and fake coupling thing at the front black. Then moving on to the tender, I painted a little bit right there black, and I sanded down the 5. So here's, I painted the rubbers at the back, and here's the other side, which they look not as good on the camera. They look way more noticeable on camera. However, it's not as noticeable off camera, so that's fine. And I used red paint before, but it looked so bad. But thankfully, someone on the Logos online Discord server said that you could sand down the 5, and thankfully it worked. And now we have the wheels, which took so long. Okay, so for some background, I got like 58 paint pens, like for like €30, but they came with like no reds, and like the closest red I had was so bad. But thankfully, secretly my mom had got me regular paints that I had to manually paint on with a brush. However, these wheels were originally black, because you know they were a knockoff James's wheels, so they were black. So I had to paint multiple upon multiple coats of red paint over and over again. You can actually see some of the black right there on that wheel, if it can focus. I don't know why it's not focused, like there, yeah. See some black there, and I go over to the other side too. You can see here too that like the driving wheels and the middle wheels are mostly fine, because I did them like the same time, but I started the front wheels a bit later. You can somewhat see some black there, like not fully painted. Look right there, you can actually see. Because yeah, it kept getting so annoying having to wait for them to dry like over half an hour. Then just if I did try paint, sometimes the paint would just come off, and it was just so annoying. However, I got it done mostly. So yeah, I also painted silver rod for the handrail molds on the smoke box, and yeah, his dome is also meant to be red, but like I mentioned, the red looks like this, and on the actual red, like when with the tender, the red did not blend well with the actual like engine red. Thankfully, the wheels are separate from the rest of the body, so it's not noticeable that, like, you know, they're a different red. But yeah, just annoying. But I got this done, like all the painting, in like 21 hours in total. Like I started the previous night and finished last night, so at least I got them done quickly. And the last one is my favorite custom I've ever done, and probably will be for a very, very long time. Croven slash 87546. And let's go to some background as well for this character, specifically Crovan part of it. There was this YouTuber called, there is a YouTuber called Thomas1, Edward 2, Henry 3. And in his fan series, he has a character called Croven, which is just a blue railway series Henry. And he had this series called Northwestern Railway Origins, which in it, Croven was actually 87546 in the past. And because of that, I wanted to make him. So what I did for this custom was painting the running board black, just like Eagle. You could also see for the smoke box that what I did was actually a lot. First of all, I took off the Gordon face, because this was a knockoff Gordon that I got as well. I took off the face and put on a Henry like 2012 face that I had as a kid. This one, the Henry wasn't a knockoff, it's actually real Henry, so the only thing that's like real about this engine, like real merchandise I used for it, was, funny enough, the face, that's it. Then I sanded down those weird triangle things on the side. I don't know what they are, but like, you can see on Gordon over here on the smoke box, those like weird blue triangle thing on the side of the smoke box. Yeah, so I sanded them down. Also, they were way bigger on the knockoff version, but I got them sanded down and they came out pretty well. You can see where they were by the lighter. You can see some like dust or whatever. But yeah, I also painted the handrails silver, and then I also, if I can talk without dying for 1 second, painted the pistons, whatever they're called, blue on the inside because they're just red. And I also gave him one set of small blue push-along wheels, which I got from Orange's Go Push-Along Edward. It's the same on the other side too. Also went and painted a small bit of black right here, because you can actually see some blue plastic through the bottom of the smoke box. Like about right there, you can see. So yeah. Now the second hardest part of this custom was definitely the buffers, which are mostly circular here. However, on the knockoff Gordon and on just Gordon in general, the buffers are rectangular or oval shape, not circular. But Crovens are circular because you best have a Railway Series Henry, which you know has circle buffers. And also you can also see right here, the triangles at the side, they were way bigger on the actual knockoff Gordon, but thankfully got them sanded down. But took about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes to get them to like around this size. This is the best I can get them. Came out mostly decent, so I was happy with that. But besides that, nothing else really done with the actual engine, except for like also painting a small bit of gold for the whistle. But yeah, that's the engine part, and now comes, if I can get this back on one hand or one finger, that's good enough for now. I had to paint a tender blue, which, if you may know, is a Donald/Douglas tender. And like I mentioned earlier with Eagle, how I used the face from my knockoff Douglas for Eagle's face. I used the tender of the knockoff Douglas for Croven. To paint this blue, this is the best blue I had. It's not that close or not that far from the regular blue. Close enough for me to like it and not be that noticeable. I also went and used masking tape to get the lining type of shape. You see it on the other side too. Yeah, came out decent actually for a first time using masking tape. And also painted the chassis running board bit red. And painted the buffers black. And the wheels are from the knockoff Gordon tender, which I just took and put it onto the Douglas tender instead. And took a long time to get the stickers off this tender as well and get all the little sticky gluey bit off. But thankfully worked out. And I'm really happy with it. And overall just makes this custom way better than the others. Simply just how much I used from different engines. So I can get this tender back on one hand. Please. No, please. Okay, I got it back on. I can get the... Okay, yeah. So I got smoke box back on. Tender back on. Here we go. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'm just proud for like... It was my first major custom. No, not my first one. My first major custom was my custom Derek from like a few months ago. But you can see how bad he looks. He looks absolutely horrible. So yeah. Actually, there's one thing that I forgot, which was actually Helen, which in Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3 series, Crovan has a coach called Helen, which was just a railway series Clarabelle, but just facing forward instead of backwards. And so what I did was, I got like, from the lots that I got like James Percy, like 3 Thomases from, whatever, came like 3 Clarabelles, 3 Annies, and one of those Clarabelles, good condition. Well, second best condition. The best condition one was this one, but the second best condition one I used as Helen. So I just put a trackmaster 2 coupling, like one of the newer ones, in place of the thing the hook goes onto. This is from like my Winston, I think it was. And so now I can just attach, if I can. I can from one hand. I can attach Helen to Croven. So now the consist is done, and the showcasing is also done now. And from the Duck and Mavis video, you might know what's about to happen next. So let's test these guys out. yeah, I am really happy with the way all three came out. They all came out really good, and it shows over time I am getting better at doing customs. Now I think the next one I'm working on, it's not Alfred. If you are wondering, like, oh, you have Eagle, you have Croven, where's Alfred? Well, cause I'm making him out of a knockoff Edward, but I have no other Edwards right now. So until I get another Edward, maybe the 440 chassis version, Alfred will not be made at all. But I think the next one will be D199, as the only reason why I haven't done him yet is I need to get the claw off him, but once that off him, I can actually begin the painting and milliput process, whatever. I haven't actually used milliput yet, but when I do, he'll come out really well, and obviously I'll make a video on him. And afterwards I might make a custom on D261 as well, but whatever. For now, this is where my custom skills are at, and the customs I have made with my current skills. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye!
Go on! Use your brakes! We're trying, goddammit!